Hello, everyone. This is Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Thank you for joining me in my little corner of the internet where I will talk all things planners, fountain pens, and fountain pen inks. And I just wanted to film a quick video because I've had people ask me if the Madoromi series for the Pilot Kakuno or Pilot Kakuno come in an extra fine nib. And unfortunately, they don't. But that doesn't mean you can't have an extra fine nib on the Pilot Kakuno. I'm going to use them interchangeably. You can switch the nibs, right? So just as a backstory here, if you are new to the fountain pen hobby or just new to nib switching in general, the nibs that come on the Pilot Kakuno, the Pilot Prera, and the Pilot Metropolitan are all interchangeable. There's also one more pen, and I just need to look it up. So from my quick Google search, the nibs that are interchangeable, the pens that have nibs that are interchangeable with the Pilot Kakuno or the Pilot Metropolitan, the Explorer, the Prera, the Plumix, and the 78G. And the Plumix actually is the one that I was able to get this nib. This is the calligraphy medium nib. Now, it doesn't have a happy face or anything like that, but it's basically a stub nib that I ended up putting on my Pilot Kakuno. So while if you do purchase a Prera or a Metropolitan, it may be a little bit more expensive to just get the nib on those to put them on a Kakuno. So I definitely recommend getting a Kakuno to get the nibs that you want. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can change these nibs around and get a different nib experience, even in the limited edition Pilot Kakunos. Well, actually, I don't know if these are limited edition, but the new Pilot Kakunos. So I'm going to remove these. Now, I got this at the Vancouver Pen Shop in Vancouver when I was there for a conference. And this was actually, they were having, was it a 10% off sale or a 20% off sale for their anniversary? So I was able to get this at a discount, but you can purchase this off of Amazon, this exact kind. Now, where is my, here we go, X-Acto knife blade thing here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, I decide to film these videos after I finish work when I have been speaking with people all day, typing emails all day. And why do I decide to film it at the end of a long work day? I don't know. So let's go ahead and take these out of the box. Now, there's also a cartridge in here which you can use. I might actually save those and put those in my Jinhao 10s and 20s. Okay, so this nib here is an extra fine nib. And like I said, the Madoromi series do not come with the extra fine. And unfortunately, one thing about this nib switch is that I am going to be changing the gold-plated nib to a stainless steel nib. I mean, they're still stainless steel, but this one is gold colored and this one is not. So to remove the nib, it's actually really simple. Place your thumb and forefinger, so thumb right underneath on the feed, and then your forefinger right on top, and get a good grip. Now it is friction fit in there, so you might have to nudge it a little bit. Oh, and I'm afraid to do this on camera as well. So hold on. So I actually have this nib grip that I purchased from Goulet Pens ages ago because my hands are a little oily. So basically placing the nib grip around just like this and using that to pull it off. Look at how easy that came off here. Now you'll see when you look at the pen itself, it's like a circle. There isn't any specific ridge to follow in here, and then it's very easy to put it just right back in. So this is the fine nib that's gold colored. Place that here, and that goes with that pen. And then we'll take the extra fine nib from here. That one was a little easier because I had already taken it off. And then we'll take this one and place it in here. Now there aren't any specific ridges I need this to match up to, so I'm going to just place it in and push it in until it's firm. And then it is actually well placed in there, just making sure that everything lines up. There we go. And then I will do the same for the fine nib that's in here and place it there. And here you can see it a little better, how far it goes down into the grip section and where that feed goes, then making sure that everything lines up. So now the gold nib is on the clear Kakuno, and then the extra fine nib is now on the Madoromi white. Let's go ahead and test this out. So I have here this is actually a Hobonichi notebook that I cut down to passport size, and I'm just going to do the different nib sizes that we have here. We have the fine, well, I'll do it in different, extra fine, and, extra fine, fine, and the calligraphy medium. And I'm going to just do a dip test with Pilot Iroshizuku Tsukio so that you can see the difference here. Now, I'm so glad that I did find the extra fine nib, just because it's one that, did I get that on there? It's one that is, I think it can be a little bit iffy with Pilot because I have an extra fine nib on my vanishing point, and I had to have it tuned and smoothed by Kirk Spear in order for it to be the way that I wanted. So just wiping off here. So this is the extra fine. So this is the Pilot. Ooh, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Pilot Kakuno extra fine. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I really like that. The first extra fine that I tried from Pilot on the Kakuno was not this smooth, but this one is lovely. So I'm gonna cap that, and then we will try the fine nib, dip testing in Tsukio. So this is the Pilot Kakuno in fine, and you can already see a difference. I love that. Now this fine, I love this fine. It is so smooth and gorgeously wet. Such a great steel nib, the Pilot fine nibs, one of my favorites. And then lastly, I will show you the calligraphy medium. I got this off of a Pilot Plumix and put this on here. And actually, my husband has a Pilot Metropolitan with a calligraphy medium nib. So this is the Pilot Kakuno. I feel like this is too broad, even for my writing. Calligraphy medium. So it's basically like a stub nib. Look at that. It is a great nib. It's actually smooth all ways. Beautiful. Love that. And then lastly, let's close this before I accidentally spill this. I'm going to show you what my Pilot Vanishing Point 18 karat extra fine looks like. So this is the Pilot Vanishing Point extra fine, but this is in the 18K gold nib. And this has been tuned and smoothed by Kirk Spear. It's just lovely. It has Pilot Iroshizuku Takesumi in here. Gorgeous. I love Pilot nibs, and I love that you have the opportunity to be able to swap those nibs around. So if you wanted an extra fine in the Madoromi, yes, you do have to purchase another Kakuno, but you're able to get an extra fine nib and then just swap them around. And I will leave a link in the description below to where you can find these on Amazon and then switch them around. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. I love being able to swap nibs between my different pens, but also it just makes using these pens so much more fun, knowing that I have the Kakuno in the Madoromi white, and I can use it with an extra fine nib, is going to make the writing experience so much better. And also knowing that I've bought pretty much almost the whole set of the Madoromi series, and knowing that one of them is just that slightly different. All right. Once again, that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and have yourselves a great day.